This class, Bhagavad Gita class. Today we have a very, very special speaker. Maybe perhaps my favorite speaker of Bhagavad Gita at Grace Rasamai Dasi. So she very humble, kind and sincere Vaishnavi. She does a lot of services in the background, and the notable one is she coordinates the festivals. The big festivals such as Janmashtami, Diwali, Govardhan, and all the cultural programs along with Neha Mataji, and she does it flawlessly without any complaints. She gives me less problems, of course, with Neha Mataji. So very wonderful, sweet Vaishnavi, fantastic teacher, and a wonderful mother as well, Vaishnavi mother. So we are very, very fortunate to hear from His Grace Rasamai Mataji. So let us welcome her loudly by chanting Hare Krishna mantra one time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Over to you, Rasamai Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your nice, kind words. Even though I'm not qualified to. Samanvitha will do Jai Radha Madhava.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, Samanvitha. Today, as a part of Bhagavad Gita class, we'll discuss 9.22, the sloka from the 9th chapter. I'll just pray and then start the sloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, let us read the verse. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. If anyone want to recite? Yes. अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. Yes, Karthik. Srivatsa. अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां
ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम्
ये
जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
Anyone?
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं
वहाम्यहम्.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां
नित्याभियुक्तानां
योगक्षेमं
वहाम्यहम्.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
That's all. Okay. Let us read the word-to-word meanings. Ananyaha, having no other object. Chintayantaha, concentrating. Mam, on me. Those who. Janaha, persons. Paryupasate, properly worship. Tesham, of them. Nitya, always. Abhiyuktanam, fixed in devotion. Yoga, requirements. Kshemam, protection. Vahami, carry. Aham, I. The translation by Srila Prabhupada. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Anyone want to read that purport? Yeah.
One who is unable to live for a moment without Krishna consciousness cannot but think of Krishna 24 hours a day. Be engaged in devotional service by hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, worshipping, serving the lotus feet of Lord, rendering other services, cultivating friendship, and surrendering fully to the Lord. Such activities are all auspicious and full of spiritual potencies, which make the devotee perfect in self-realization, so that his only desire is to achieve the association of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a devotee undoubtedly approaches the Lord without difficulty. This is called yoga. By the mercy of Lord, such a devotee never comes back to this material condition of life. Shema refers to the merciful protection of the Lord. The Lord helps the devotee to achieve Krishna consciousness by yoga, and when he becomes fully Krishna conscious, the Lord protects him from falling down to a miserable condition life. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. I'll offer the prayers and then we'll go deep into the sloka. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Sri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Grisha Krupa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Jaypada Goswami Tinamine Namacharya Pradaya Nitai Krup Pradaya Gaura Katha Damadaya Nagra Gramatar. Okay, thank you. This verse is a very important verse, and also it is a lot of hope-giving verse. This verse particularly describes the affection of Krishna for his dearest devotees. Krishna beautifully describes how he is so much affectionate towards his devotees and how he reciprocates to the needs of the devotees. So let us go deep into word to word and then we can understand. Anya means something else. If it is ananya, means it is single pointed attention towards only one object, that is Krishna. When we focus only on Krishna without anything else, then it is ananya. And also chinta. Chinta generally means thinking about something else in anxiety. But this chinta is Krishna chinta. Krishna, whichever is telling in this sloka, it is about Krishna, means thinking only about Krishna, focusing only on Krishna. So ananya chintaha means thinking about Krishna 24 hours a day without deviation, always thinking of Krishna in a favorable mood. So whenever one is engaged in the business of Krishna, means Krishna consciousness, they will always think about Krishna because we always surrender to Krishna. So the same way, like if we are involved in any certain business or a job or a student, whatever the business is involved, we will always be thinking about that particular business. The same way, when we engage ourselves in Krishna service, we will always think about Krishna. This is what Krishna telling about. Ananya chintaha, thinking about Krishna. So, like if anyone listens to a Bhagavad Gita class in a temple or from home or read the lectures from other gurus, then what we will do, we will try to think about it after going home also. This is, we are thinking about Krishna Chinta. So hearing Bhagavad Gita or learning Bhagavad Gita or speaking Bhagavad Gita or chanting, everything is about Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita and Krishna are one and the same. So in this way we will think about Krishna, because Krishna and his name or his books or his scriptures are one and the same. There will be no dualities. So here it is not thinking in anxiety. Instead we are thinking about Krishna in a loving, favorable mode. So in the next sentence is Tesham Nitya Yuktanam. Tesham, of those who think about Krishna always. Nitya means always. Abhiyuktanam, they will be in the fixed devotion. So Krishna is saying, whoever always think about Krishna 24 hours a day and always think about Krishna in a favorable mode, then what he will do? Yoga Kshemam. Yoga means establishing relationship with the Supreme Lord or connecting ourselves near to the Supreme Lord. Kshemam means the prosperity. Vahamyaham, who will give? Krishna. So Krishna is saying in this verse that whoever is continuously fixed their mind in me and always thinking about me and worship me in this mode, I'll give the protection. From where? From not falling from the devotional path. And I'll preserve. In this verse, Krishna is saying that I will preserve whatever you have and I will provide whatever you lack. This is that Yoga Kshemam. So when we do the yoga, when we try to establish our relationship with Krishna, when we do our endeavor to deal with Krishna, Krishna will give us the protection. So he will supply whatever the devotee need to progress in his spiritual path. And if the devotee has something nice qualities which he can inculcate and help the other devotees, he will preserve that. So the words, the instructions, everything is the same from Bhagavad Gita. This is what we receive. So when we receive this is like a very nice encouragement verse which is directly coming from Krishna. He is giving an assurance that whatever the beautiful qualities we have to progress in our spiritual path, he will preserve it. And whatever, and he will also protect us from not falling from the path. So when we combine these words, Ananya Chinta Yanto Mam, always who are thinking about me, Ye Janaha Paryupasate. Ye Jana means those persons, Paryupasate. I will protect them. Therefore, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. So in order to protect them, whatever the burden, whatever the duties I have to take, I will keep on my shoulder. So one may think that, so in material life only, we'll go for outings, we'll have some fun with the relatives, there we can have happiness. But that is not the real happiness. It is like a flickering moment. And then we'll come back to the normal state since it is materialistic happiness. But our happiness should be in a transcendental mode which will last forever. So that kind of happiness will be given by Krishna when we engage ourselves in the devotional service. So what is the real happiness? People may think that if I go to other planets or explore other places or wear nice clothes or jewelries or luxuries or something. But this is not the real happiness. Whatever the happiness Krishna is promising is that He's saying that your happiness is in your mind. So, what is the real happiness? When will we get the real peaceful thing is that when we are assured of our existence. Like everyone, we got our present life. This is anyhow it is going. But what is the next? So it is like we have to end this life, this material life, and go back to the spiritual world where Krishna lives. That is the real happiness Krishna is talking about in this verse. So in the chapter 8, in 16th verse also, Krishna has mentioned like Abrahma bhuvana lokaha punaravartino arjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. The translation is, from the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all the places of or miseries wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. This is the real happiness. Taking birth and enjoying in the material world is not the real happiness. So, but how Krishna will give this happiness to us? Like a family householder, the head of the family, he will always think about his children, his wife, how to give happiness to his family members, his relatives, like that. So during the process, what he will do, he'll work all the day. His only aim is to make them happy. Because he knows that those are his children and those are the people he is responsible for. And those are fully dependent on the head of the family. This is the consciousness which he has all the time. But where that consciousness comes from? Again, it is coming from Krishna. Krishna gives us that we have to do our duties. So that consciousness is developed from Krishna. In the same way, Krishna also takes the obligation as our head, the Supreme Father. So when a father has to take care of a family of 4 members or 3 members, he thinks a lot about the family. Why not the Supreme Father, who is the seed-giving Father for everyone, not think about others? So he will always think by taking attention. How we are anxious to reach this abode of Supreme Lord, the same way Krishna is also anxious for all of us to develop faith towards him and provide the necessities for us to progress in this path of bhakti. So Krishna is dear to everyone. Krishna is friend to everyone. He is not envious of anyone. But he pays special attention to the ones who are his servants. Like we all are servants, but who are engaged in the devotional path. So that is what is stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.29. Samoham sarva bhuteshu namedveshosthina priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktha maiteteshu chapyaham. The translation: I envy no one, nor am partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders services unto me in devotion as a friend is in me, and I am also friend to him. So Krishna clearly states here that he is equal to everyone, but he will give special attention to the one who is devoted to him. It is quite natural, right? Every children we like, but our children, because every day we serve them and they serve us, we are so affectionate to them. The same way Krishna is also saying here, I am friend to everyone, I am not partial, but yetu bhajante mam bhaktya teshu te mai. But I am very special to one who is devoted to me. I take the special attention. So it is not that the God is partial, it is quite natural. So just like sunshine falls everywhere, but it is up to us who come out of the room and feel it. Right. Someone may feel that I wanted to take advantage of sunshine and I'll come outside. But out of ignorance like me, I'll always sit inside. Those people cannot take the advantage of sunshine. In this case, sun is not partial. He falls on everyone. But it is we who are taking the advantage of it. So one should come out of this kind of ignorance so that they'll be taking the advantage of whatever the resources we have. Sun is open to everyone, or he will not think like, okay, now I should not fall on this person or that person. Same way, Krishna is also wanted to do favor to every one of us, but it is up to us who will take the advantage of it. So Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita 4:11 that ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. To the degree we surrender to Krishna, to that degree he will reciprocate us. So he gives this instruction to everyone. This instruction is not meant only for someone. We may think that he is giving his instruction to Arjuna, but Arjuna had all the knowledge. But Arjuna had taken this position of taking the knowledge in order for all of us to receive this knowledge from Supreme Lord. This instruction is very open to everyone, and it is not limited to anyone. That's why we wanted this to be distributed to everyone, and we do Sastra dance, and we do so many classes. So it is for every living entity. So everyone has to take full advantage of it. So like the sun will be the same in everywhere, either in US or in India or everywhere. But the thing is, everyone has to take it the same way. We have to take, like, we are all brothers or sisters. So in Krishna's eyes, it is the same. We are all the same, including the animals. No one should have a misunderstanding that I am a foreigner to the God's kingdom. We are all the residents of the God's kingdom. So we have every right to take this universal brotherhood, but how can this be possible? Only when we engage ourselves in complete devotional service. So do you think everyone has the eligibility or not? Everyone has the eligibility. The only simple process is, as we already discussed, we have to come out of the darkness of that ignorance wherein we always sit inside or sit in the material pressures. When we just give up little material pressures, like instead of weekends, people go to outside or for roaming. Instead of that, one comes to the temple and hear the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. They can go home and think about it, and in this way they can even raise up their children in a Krishna conscious way. So is this process a very difficult process? No. This is just simply chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So whenever we take the advantage of simple chanting of this yuga, we will prosper in this devotional path, and we will be in the recipient of the protection of the Supreme Lord. So it looks very simple. So Prabhupada, in many of the lectures, he says, why don't you take this advantage? When this is very simple, why we are not taking advantage of it? So one may think that, like, I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm a clerk, or something, a janitor or something. These are all material designations which are given to ourselves by us. But for Krishna, we are all the children, the lovable children. So it's in order to do, keep our body and soul together, we have to do something. That's why we have all these designations. But in front of Krishna, there are no designations. We have to take advantage of the spiritual path, listen from the gurus or from the lectures which are available, or read Bhagavad Gita. There are so many other resources. So no one can stay idle to maintain our body together, body and soul together. In 3.8, it is given like Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam Karmajyayo Haya Karmanaham. So here the translation is like, perform your prescribed duty, for action is better than inaction. A man cannot maintain the physical body without work. That's why we are doing our work. Those many designations were coming. So that's if we can leave that apart and just engage ourselves in the devotion service, we are equal in the eyes of Krishna. So Arjuna was Krishna's friend, and during the battlefield, Arjuna told that I don't want to be a soldier, I just want to take up sannyas and go, and I'll not fight. But Krishna did not ask him to stay idle and go to the forest and take sannyasa diksha. Instead, he wanted him to be a brave soldier, go fight, do your duty. So in the same way, the Krishna conscious movement, the leaders of ISKCON, especially Prabhupada, he always says that we need not give up anything what we are doing now. But our bad habits or intoxication, these kind of things, just give up those. But engage yourself in the material, yourself taking care of your wife, taking care of your children. So anyone, whoever, one may think, okay, I'm in the family life, I may not be able to do this devotional path. But if we think about Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he had like 10 children, but still we know what all he had done for this moment. So whatever the occupation we have, wherever we are, at least take the association of the devotees, at least at the home, do chanting. So when we do this, our life will not be like will not change drastically at that moment. Instead, we will purify day by day, and then ultimately will be happy. So this is what the prosperity Krishna is telling about. Yoga Kshemam. Kshemam is the prosperity. So then Krishna will be pleased upon us, and there will be no scarcity of anything. So here this is a very, very hope-giving verse, that I will give what you lack. Who else, like when our friends say this only, we will like it and we'll say, oh, he is there for me. But when Krishna is giving this word, it is a very big promise to all of us, and also a guidance. It is guaranteed. That's why Tesham Nitya Yuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. To those who are engaged, always thinking about me, I will take the burden. It is not that Krishna will send someone to help us. Krishna will directly come us to help us. So Krishna is it is like we can do our own business, like we can do our own household activities, we can do our duties, and also follow Krishna consciousness. What is the harm in that? There's no harm. It is very simple process. In that way, we will when we are engaged in the spiritual activities, our mind also will not be deviated or diverted to any other material activities. So there's no harm. Simply we can chant Hare Krishna, and then at the same time we can be able to hear this transcendental vibration. So this is the simple formula which Krishna had given us. That's why follow it. Please try to follow it. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Always think about Krishna. Take the chinta of Krishna, nothing else. There is no rule, there is no regulation. Whatever we are doing, we simply chant and hear. So this kind of anxiousness we have to take up. Anxiousness in a positive way, that can I complete my rounds quickly or not? Shall I read? All this kind of anxiousness, if we take, Krishna will take the anxiety of supporting and protecting us. Even Lord Chaitanya says from Padma Purana that Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, 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 Gatiranyatha. In this age of Kali, there is no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name of Lord Hari. So in the Shastras, if it is stressed for 3 times, more than 2 times, it means it is a very big alert. You have to take it very seriously. So in this age of Kali, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only relief for anything. We are all very fortunate that we have got a human life. The animals, even though they wanted to chant, they cannot do. The cow is a very sacred animal, very favorite of Lord Krishna. But if we can instruct the cow also, she cannot chant it. But what is the advantage of this human life is that if we can chant, so instead of we being like in the species of animals, like eating, sleeping, mating and defending, and taking this special property of human. What is the special property of human is to engage ourselves in the spiritual life. So without spiritual life, the human beings is again fall to the level of animals. So there is a reason that we have got this human life. This human life is the only way that we can go to the abode where Krishna is promising that Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. So Krishna is not like promising this as a material thing. He's telling like unlimited happiness. What is the unlimited happiness is to go to the spiritual abode, have enjoyment with him, which is eternal. So this is what is the promise from this sloka. If we need our spiritual welfare, Krishna will supply that by providing the devotees. And if we have anything good, he will preserve it, whatever is required for the spiritual advancement. For example, we are doing the devotional service, somehow we are falling down. Then Krishna will take the responsibility of sending the devotees into our life, that to alert you are falling down, and then you have to take up this, like they will assign some more services to us so that we will be engaged there and come back to the normal platform. So it is that Krishna will just protect our inspiration to perform bhakti. It is not that he will force. If someone is not interested in doing the devotional service, Krishna will not force it. He will only provide inspiration who is performing bhakti. So this is what the Krishna's reciprocation. As I mentioned in the earlier, that yoga means to, it's an attempt for us to reach the Supreme Lord and get the Krishna's protection. So the next word is Vahami. Vahami means I personally carry the burden of the maintenance of my devotees. Krishna will not outsource it to anyone. For example, when a person who is very dear to us is coming to our home, so we will make all the efforts to go to the airport, get their luggage, personally carry and get them to the home. So Krishna also does the same. Like he loves all of us, so he will personally take the burden. It is not the burden, like it is a burden of love. Krishna he will not even outsource to the devatas. Instead, he will give us a devotional service. We are all like once, if we are in the family of Krishna, it is rest assured. Everything is rest assured because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is promising us, and we are in the family of Krishna. So we are always be protected. And also an example, like a mother carries a baby and keeps the baby in the lap while feeding the baby. The baby may go out, I don't want, but still the mother will go run with the baby and get the baby in and make her sit in the lap. So does the mom see the baby as a burden there? Even though baby weighs may 10-15 kgs, she won't feel burden there, right? If the same mom is asked to put an iron rod on the lap for 1 hour, not even 1 hour, for 10 minutes, what will the mother say? It is a burden. Why will I hold it? Right? The same way, Krishna also will not feel burden for us. Instead, he will supply us whatever we need as a protection in order not to fall into this material life and suffer. Krishna is always wanted to give us unlimited happiness to us. So just like how mother is taking care of the child, and how the father is taking care of the child also, that whenever a child wants anything, the father will be obliged to give everything the child wants out of affection. But if the same child is playing with the harmful objects like knives or something else, then he will take away. The same way, when there are some things which we are moving away from Krishna, the harmful things, the material assets, or wrong association or wrong habits, then Krishna will be taking all those association away from us. This is an alert, like if something is going on, like several times we may find that we are doing so many efforts to get something, some benefits or some material assets, but we may not succeed in that. It is because Krishna is saying that indirectly, this is not helpful for your spiritual progress. This may take you away from me. That's why I am taking away. So we have to understand, yes, of course, we have to have determination to achieve something, but still, when it is going away from us, it is a strong indication from Krishna that this is not up to our life. So even Prabhupada used to say that he used to do several ways to improve his business. But somehow or the other he used to fall down. I mean, the business never used to go well. Then Prabhupada did not feel bad. Instead, he felt that maybe Krishna don't want me to take up this business because it may take me away from Krishna. So in order to make me very near to Krishna, sometimes Krishna will take away our material assets, or we may feel that this is material asset, but maybe the spiritual asset is more beneficial for us. Then Krishna may take away and help us falling down, help us protect from falling down. So when Krishna will send other devotees into our lives to give the indications that here you are falling down, so take up the devotional path, or they may give us more services indirectly without letting us know. So when we are we are getting the affection of the devotees through all of us, right? It doesn't mean that it is the devotees' affection directly. It is Krishna through them providing us the affection. That is yoga kshemam vahamyaham. So kshemam, Krishna will protect us in this way. So I'll conclude the class by giving a small story where there was a great devotee, Arjunacharya. He himself thought that Krishna cannot directly reciprocate or directly take the burden of his devotees. But he proved to Arjunacharya how he was helping him understand that Krishna will personally take the burden of protecting the devotees. So Arjunacharya was a great saint, he's a great devotee. He used to write the commentaries about Bhagavad Gita, and he used to do a lot of devotional service, help other people understand about Bhagavad Gita. So while he was doing the translations, writing commentary on this verse, the same, Tesham Nityabhiyuktana Yam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. In this, the Lord says, right, that I myself take the burden and take the load on my head, and I will deliver whatever is required for my devotees, whether the goods and services and whatever is required. So this is what it is written in the commentary. Then somehow Arjunacharya was not convinced. But like Krishna will not take the burden of everyone. Instead, as already mentioned, that Teshabhi Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. I will take the burden for those people who are worshipping me with constant devotion, without distraction, without any other deviation. To those devotees, I will carry on the burden. But Arjunacharya was not convinced with this. So what he thought, how can Krishna directly come and carry the burden of the goods and services which I wanted? Maybe Krishna will send some agents to help him and deliver those things to me. So what he did, he had just scratched those lines, and then he went out. He went out for a bath. And then, so what happened? Then after he went out for the bath, his wife was at his home, and then two beautiful boys, young boys, they were carrying a huge load of food items, milk, water, milk, vegetables, fruits, ghee, all those things. So in India, if you see in the olden days, they'll carry with a bamboo stick with two baskets, right? So the two young boys were carrying those loads and came to Arjunacharya's home. And then they came to Arjunacharya's home, and they called out Arjunacharya's wife, my dear mother, please take these goods which Arjunacharya sent with us. Then she was so astonished. You boys are so beautiful and very young. How could you hold this big burden? Who made you to hold this? Then they replied that your husband Arjunacharya has given us this burden of carrying the food items to home. Then she felt Arjunacharya is not so cruel. How can he do such a bad thing to you, all of you? Both of the boys. Then the boys replied, we don't know, but he already bet us, see, there are some beating marks on our shoulders. Then the mother felt so sad. This is too, I cannot believe this. How can my husband do this? So she took all the fruits, vegetables, ghee, everything from them, and she told that, stay for some time, I will cook nice food with this and give you back. Then the boys replied, no, we don't want to stay, we don't want to get more beatings from Arjunacharya. We'll go, we don't want to stay. Then she was so astonished, and the boys left. After some time, Arjunacharya came back home. At that time, the wife behaved like little odd, like she asked, how did you become so cruel? Why did you punish those two boys? You were so kind, how could you punish those two boys? Then Arjunacharya was like, I didn't do anything, what are you speaking? Then she replied, whatever has happened, the two beautiful young boys have come, and then they were carrying heavy burdens, and you punished them by beating them, and they also have showed this marks on their body, that you did this. Then Arjunacharya was like so surprised, and he immediately went inside and saw the book, because he scratched that line, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. It is like not Krishna directly carry the burden of the devotees. Instead, he will send the agents. Then he realized, oh, because I thought this, Krishna wanted to reciprocate it. He wanted to tell me that I will directly come and take the burden of whatever the goods, whatever the needs my devotee requires. So he realized, and he was so and he again removed those and write the same meanings. So this is what, it is not that now Arjunacharya realized, and he asked, how are the boys? The wife replied, like one is like dark colored, like cloud, other one is very fair. Then Arjunacharya realized, oh, it is Krishna and Balarama has come to give us all the supplies. So you are so lucky that you could see the God directly, but because I scratched it and I did a mistake, I couldn't see them. See, from this we can understand that more than a devotee, the servant, the one who serves a devotee will get more advantage than the devotee. Here the wife was serving Arjunacharya, and she got the blessing of seeing Krishna and Balarama directly. And also Arjunacharya also, even though he was a great devotee, he was like little doubt that how can directly Krishna come. But Krishna gives assurance, means it is assurance. It is not that general way. Whatever business he is in, he is in busy, he will directly come. That is Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Only thing is, we have to do yoga. Yoga means we have to make all our attempts, endeavors to reach the Supreme Lord. And then he will give yoga, Kshemam, the protection. Krishna protects us. This verse is very hope-giving verse, that Krishna gives the protection from falling down into this material life again and again. So this is what I have for today. If you have any questions.
Who is that lucky devotee? Anjali? Question?
Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
So there's a question, Mataji.
Oh.
Lucky devotee is Radha Damodar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Prabhu. So wonderful class, Mataji. So the beauty is that, as you mentioned, Krishna is there to help us when we are in difficulty. So the story you mentioned is very amazing. I mean, we just need to get that faith in us, that we have the trust in Krishna, that faith in Krishna. Krishna is going to protect us under any circumstances.
Yes.
So thank you for that wonderful story, that emphasized that fact. Thank you, Mother.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And also for the kids, you also have to remember that when you constantly think about Krishna and do your works, like if you are not very much familiar with math or if you are very much familiar with science, you will be excel in science, and Krishna will give you support to improve your mathematical skills, provided you always do your duty of studying and thinking about Krishna.
I got the good fortune to give a thank you note. Hare Krishna Mataji, beautiful class. This is a beautiful verse and you picked. It's a very hope-giving verse and a couple of points. So you need to have that unflinching faith in the Lord and in His words. Then it will happen. So faith is the important component that we learned. What else we learned? Quiz. 1 point, anybody? Yes, Umesh Prabhu.
Krishna Mataji, very good class. I think we learned, Mataji said that there is a difference between animals and us. And we have the power of voice, intelligence, and if we offer that to Krishna, we will be living a better human life and hopefully going to Him. So I really like that point.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is wonderful class actually. In the morning actually I got one video, some pictures actually. This is in I think Punjab, Chandigarh. So one of the devotees' home, Radharani walked into their altar.
Oh.
Those footsteps were actually there on their home. This happened just 4 or 5 days back. So I was thinking, is it real possible? I was doubting, is it fake or something like that? No? I even called that Mataji and I saw the footsteps actually in the video call also. So I was doubting, and exactly the lecture is clarifying that doubt. Krishna can come anywhere. Radharani walked, that is, now actually I can feel that, okay, Radharani really walked into their house. Wonderful actually, it's coinciding very much. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful class.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Prabhu. So we have 3 minutes, so I'm just, I want devotees to. What about Mataji is here? What it is? Lada.
Thank you, beautiful class.
Thank you, Mataji.
So, whatever we think, we manifest.
Yeah.
So, 24 hours, if we think of Krishna, if we think bhakti, and practice service, that we will manifest. We think something else, Krishna give us, right? So, it's a beautiful example with sunshine. I like it. It's very beautiful. I'm going to borrow that.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Nice class, Mataji, with a nice voice, with a heartful, peaceful voice, and a nice verse too. And the story is also very nice. And Radha Vinodar Prabhuji, thank you for sharing the real instant happened recently. I was thinking couple of days before also about, before coming to Krishna consciousness, I'm a Baba devotee. I used to listen all their experiences with the Baba. You know, this is the one, like, you know, I have a desire that wanted to listen from Krishna devotees, their relation and their experiences, their faith on Krishna and Radharani. And it's fulfilled through you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. And one more thing, Mataji, you mentioned about the ending part with for the kids, the hope, with the faith, Krishna and Krishna. I like that part, like, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Very nice, thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone. Hare Krishna Mataji, amazing class. Thank you very much. So with that, we are going to go with Aarti now. So please rise up. And today, Aarti singer is Neha Mataji, and the Pujari is Sarveshwari Mataji. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, the church. Sure, Prabhu.
Just phone चाहिए था जब डांस no worries. Who knows Prabhu over here.
Hello, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Who knows Kirtan? Who knows Kirtan? You can.
Somebody with me.
Okay.
You want to sing it?
Hare Krishna. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. बोलिए नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी नीति नामिनी. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणे. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंदा. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे. बोलिए हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare बोलिए, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram बोलिए Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Ya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone.
Hare Krishna devotees, let us all offer our obeisances. Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Pracharyasto Srasdashi Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Pracharyasto Srasdashi Srimad Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem Shri Prabhu Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopina Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Dhami ki Jai. Rajabhumi Shri Vrindavan Dhami ki Jai. Navadvip Shri Mayapur Dhami ki Jai. Shri Kshetram Shri Jagannath Puri Dhami ki Jai. Jagannath Swami ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulasi Maharani ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution ki Jai. Prabhupada Transcendental Prasadam Distribution ki Jai. Prabhupada Transcendental Cow Protection Yagna ki Jai. Gaura Premanande, Hare Hare Bol, all glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. So we'll do Narsinga Arati now.
Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Ladadaine Prahlad Ladadaine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilatan Kana Khalyaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahe Narsimha Hirdaye Narsimha Narsimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Tava Kara Kamalvare Nakham Adbhut Shringam Dalita Hiranya Hiranyakashipu Tanubhringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Tavakara Kamalavar Natham Adbhut Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Rasamai Bhagwan ki